The San Francisco Ferry Building stands at the foot of Market Street like it was always meant to be there. Clock tower up. Arcades stretched low along the waterfront. Ferries moving in and out. Markets, commuters, tourists, office workers. It feels settled now, foundational. But that confidence is misleading, because the ferry building is not just a landmark, it is a survivor. And not just of disaster. It survived fire. It survived obsolescence. It survived being hidden in plain sight. An earlier ferry terminal stood on this site by 1875. The version people know today opened in 1898. Its location made it essential. At the foot of Market Street, it sat at the meeting point of commerce, transport, and the bay. For travelers and commuters, this was the portal into San Francisco. Before the major trans-bay bridges, the ferry building was one of the region's great movement hubs. At its peak, as many as 50,000 people a day commuted by ferry. This was not decorative architecture, it was working infrastructure, and it was full of life. Then came April 18, 1906. A massive earthquake struck San Francisco, and the fires that followed devastated the city. But the ferry building survived. It endured the quake, and it was protected from the post-earthquake fires. Its ferry terminals also mattered in another way. They helped people leave the ruined city by water. So the building's survival was not only structural. In one of San Francisco's worst civic crises, it remained useful. The harder threat came later. Not destruction, irrelevance. The Bay Bridge and Golden Gate Bridge changed how the region moved. Cars changed it even more. Ferry traffic dropped. By the 1950s, the building was used very little. In 1955, much of its historic interior was converted into standard office space. A public portal became a diminished shell of its former self. Then the waterfront itself turned against it. For decades, the double-deck Embarcadero Freeway cast its shadow over the building. The landmark still stood, but the city had partly blocked its own front door. Then, in 1989, the Loma Prieta earthquake damaged the freeway. That helped open the way for a different future. The freeway came down, the waterfront was rethought, and the ferry building was chosen as the center of a civic return. In March 2003, after a 4-year restoration, it reopened to the public. That restoration did more than preserve a shell. It brought back the Grand Hall. It revealed the long, skylit nave, and it gave the building a living public role again. Today, the ferry building is market, transit node, gathering place, and waterfront icon. So what did this place have to survive to become what it is now? Not just one catastrophe. It had to survive the loss of necessity, the city turning away from the waterfront, and decades of being hidden in plain sight. Some landmarks survive by resisting change. The ferry building survived by passing through it and still remaining unmistakably itself.
Subscribe for the next dossier.